Well, well, well. Here we are. 2 in 2 days because there's more news. All right, this is a good test of concept to go, because things have popped off this morning. Big news for anyone who hasn't heard. ROKIT and Williams have parted ways. Now, ROKIT's a company that I've done a bit of research into, and I've done a video on them. It was my second video ever on the TommoF1 YouTube channel. It was all about ROKIT. Okay, so they're a telecoms company. Bit of a weird business model. Not the most conventional, but look, real money. They're putting their money behind real events and real things. And yeah, it's look, what it looks like has transpired from looking at all of the evidence and all the news and everything like that, right? And this isn't new, by the way. Well, in terms of the actual official news is new, but there was talk of this quite a few months ago. I remember reading and watching a few things talking about with old Michael Latifi coming in, bringing Nicholas into the team. Him looking to set up Williams essentially for a takeover at some point. Now, obviously, Williams have been independently run by the Williams family since their conception. The whole reason that Frank left, he had a team and then he left because it was getting taken over and started his own team. And it's a mad one. So yeah, ROKIT of Williams have parted ways, which implies, and again, if you look at their socials, there's no ROKIT on there anymore. It's with immediate effect, which implies things are moving quite quickly, and will continue to do so. I'm sure I've thank you for all the West Ham love, by the way. That time I represented on the channel, and it looks like what it looks like is going to happen is that Michael Latifi is going to buy out Williams, and then it will not be Williams anymore. He could keep the name Williams, which I hope happens. This is what I think is going to happen. But again, by looking at everything, what the big major kind of news media outlets think are going to happen. Obviously, I ain't got a Scooby-Doo over, but it looks like Michael's going to buy out the team because Williams can't afford to keep doing it. Like, they've sold their engineering division off, or are in the process of doing that as well, which is big because Williams aren't just a Formula One team. They've been able to transcend into other businesses or business ventures as such, but it seems like all of it's up to Swanee. So obviously the Safina Latifi billionaire money hasn't done enough to, in terms of sponsorship money anyway, to save the inevitable sell-off, which is sad. But it looks like it's pretty much guaranteed that they're going to get sold off. Yes, Williams are like the West Ham are like the Williams of football, or vice versa, whatever. But yeah, I hope that Michael, because again, it's not confirmed, but it looks pretty much certain that they're going to be bought out. He's going to buy it out. I hope they keep the name Williams, because obviously that has a lot of meaning to a lot of F1 fans. It's like the most historic marquee beyond Ferrari in that paddock. So I hope this leads on to bigger and better things. We'll see. But they have also actually officially said that the ROKIT livery is not going to make it, obviously, now, because they've pulled out. But I love that livery. I love the livery in testing. If you haven't seen my top 10 or my ranked 2020 liveries video, I put that as number 2. That was sick. I love that little toothpaste, looks like a little Skeletrix. It was sick, man. I really liked it, and so I'm a bit disappointed that's not going to be there. But obviously Williams, let's have a look at the old Williams colour palette, because if you go on the Williams website, although it's still, that's weird. When you search Williams, right? If you go on Twitter and search Williams, and obviously I'm following them, but it does still come up ROKIT Williams Racing. But then when I click on it, it's just Williams Racing, and there's no sign of ROKIT. But obviously you've got the white, the nice blue, very nice blue, and the black. They could produce an absolute pooch of a livery, and they have confirmed that we won't be seeing that ROKIT toothpaste livery. There will be no red. Well, there might be. We don't know. But there won't be ROKIT on there. That's what we do know. The livery will not be the same as it is currently when actually things start moving on. So yeah, what do we all think? Let's have a little jump in the old comments, see what people were saying. About the Williams livery, I think general consensus from everyone saying they quite like it. I know in the comments of that video, some people didn't like it. It was kind of very polarizing, and then obviously Russell. I mean, Latifi's going to be fine. His dad's going to make sure he's sorted with a seat, and Russell. Look, maybe this is the move that moves Russell to Mercedes and then Valtteri to Renault and then me into a bath of porridge. Maybe that's how this will play out. Martini, I'd love to see them back, of course. Iconic, but I think let's have a look. Actually, I'm not gonna bore you with my screen share, but I'm just gonna have a look at Michael Latifi and look at the exact. So he founded Savina Foods. I'm just thinking what other business ventures. So if just sign his wiki, businessman founded Savina Foods, an Ontario-based manufacturer that processed animal products in 2006. Lilydale. Yeah, so I mean, again, I've in my Why is Nicholas Latifi So Rich video, another plug, I talk all about Safina, but he hasn't, as far as I can see, again, he invested, didn't he, he invested in McLaren, who are also going through a bit of a sticky time, but again, I think all teams are, so I'm not too worried about that. Well, obviously for the people who are losing their jobs, that's horrible, but in the grand scheme of actually the team surviving, I think they'll be okay. As I think Williams, I think they will be okay. I do think it'll get sold off though. Williams they've maintained that kind of we're independent, we're going to do it our own way, we're going to make our own stuff, and it's very admirable. But unfortunately, it's resulted in them not performing on track, and that is the knock-on effect of them not performing on track has been them being in this situation now. So you've got to learn when to kind of park your pride and just go with the times. You know what I mean? Like Haas pretty much bought an F1 car and can make something that puts P5 in Austria, when the time is right, when everything comes together. So yeah, man, it's a sad one, but yeah, I think like obviously the seats will be safe, I'm sure. Like I'm not worried about that. Latifi, there's no way Latifi brought Nicholas in, pumped all this money into the sponsorship, and didn't see this come in, because again, this was being talked about months ago, so it's definitely been a thing. But anyway, let's have a look. Let's have a look at the old sponsors. I think people are just recommending Virgin sponsorship. No, Richard Branson's a bit of a twat, isn't he? So I don't know if Oh, and of course, there's the other news, which kind of ties in similarly. Well, this ain't news, this is all hearsay. But apparently, it's looking likely that old Toto will step away from Mercedes, which, again, throws up into the air Lewis's future, because we know that Lewis and Toto get along very well. And, it's all hearsay at the minute, but it's talking about, Stroll buying Mercedes off of Daimler, not the company, obviously the race team, and running it independently, but still having the Mercedes name, so that Mercedes, Daimler, aren't having to spend all the money on the team, but are still getting marquee kind of brand position in there. Externally, it won't really look any different, because obviously with the budget cap, this could be a heroic time for the independents. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, it's a weird one, isn't it? I don't have enough money to buy the team, unfortunately. I'd love to, but yeah. So let's bring back Cannon, Travis. I agree. Love Cannon. Shooting on Cannon at the minute. Maybe subconsciously to do with the iconic Williams sponsorship. Who knows? They still sell ROKIT Williams clothing. Yeah, I imagine actually. That's an interesting one. Let's have a look on. Right. Let's go on the Williams website. Again, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm going to talk through it. Williams Racing shop. All right, let's have a butch. Teamwear. I mean, obviously it's still being advertised. Look, this is a very this is a very fast developing situation. So yes, it is still advertised on their website, all the Rocket Williams stuff. I guess look, they've got to get a shot of it, haven't they? And they need the money clearly. So I don't know, man. If you fancy buying a bit of Rocket, you know, maybe this stuff will be worth a lot of money in like 10, 20 years time. Who knows? Maybe. Crack on if you want. If you fancy. Oh, we're getting some little subscription notifications. Thank you to anyone who's subscribed. I appreciate it. Obviously, it's YouTube, so it's like join. Good night, Destin. Thank you. I mean, you're going to bed because you're in America. Good night. Yeah, Brawn 2.0, Tom. That could be a thing. Maybe. I'm not removing my cap, just to reiterate. That's not happening, to anyone asking. Stop wasting your time. And yeah. So there's talk of maybe Aston taking a proper like B team status towards like youth team side of things, as like a B team to Mercedes, which we don't want to see. I wouldn't have thought a marquee name like Aston Martin would be content with B team, especially with what Lawrence Stroll has been quoted saying regarding, like, you know, they are a prime marquee. Like, part of the reason he's bought the brand is because he wants to reinvigorate it and put it back as one of the big marquee brands in the world. So we'll see, man. We'll see. Bring back Jordan. That'd be lovely. Brand of VW Group by the Williams. Look, VW got the money. But I think they're firmly positioned in Formula E, aren't they? All their brands, Audi, Porsche, all that. Yeah, the livery was good, man. It's a shame. It is a shame, but there you go. Mad, isn't it? I know, it's crazy, isn't it, John? It is mad, John. Pantera, Tesla Racing, Minardi F1 team, Jordan, Penske. Oh, man. Vettel at Mercedes. Vettel to Aston Martin, thoughts? Not going to happen. I mean, maybe. It's not going to happen. I definitely think Vettel won't race in 2021. I'm like certain of that. But would he potentially come back after a year when the dust has kind of settled a bit and the driver market's calmed down? Because it's all a bit mad at the minute, isn't it? But there you go. Pennzoil Williams, that'd be dope. I'd love that. Pennzoil yellow would be quality. Which other car brands could buy Williams? I mean, it would be a good... Let's have a think. Here's some good suggestions. BMW, Ford, Honda. Honda, like, works F1 team. Who would be a good brand to... Because, again, I think Latifi... Like, it's going to happen with Latifi. But if it wasn't, who would benefit from the marketing position of F1? I'm thinking... Here's one. Hyundai F1 team. What do we think of that? Come on, in the comments. Hyundai Formula 1. Look, Hyundai are huge, man. They're huge. They're like, hang on. I want to see the comments first after my Hyundai shout. What's everyone saying? Andretti to F1. Everyone, yeah. Toyota, Porsche, Volvo would be cool. No, there's no love for Hyundai by the looks of it. But Hyundai are huge, man. I'm sure they're like one of the top 5 car producers in the world, and they've done a lot. I think to, you know, their brand image wasn't the best. Hyundai Coupe was a quality little car. Oh, sorry, Hyundai for anyone who's American, because I think that's how you pronounce it in America. Is that right? I don't know. I don't ask. But yeah, they've done a lot, I think, to their like end line of cars is pretty cool, man. So that'd be cool. I'd like to see that. Oh wow, the comments coming thick and fast. Dacia, yes. That did cross my mind, because again, they're huge. But aren't they part of... They're part of someone else, aren't they? I can't remember what brands they're part of. But they're a subsidiary of someone else. So Gunter Racing F1. Steiner goes it alone, yep. Pagani, that'd be cool. Tata, whatever you say. Renault as well. There's apparently, I saw on Twitter someone who had a blue tick, so I'm going to take it for gospel, said that Renault have put a statement out saying they're like very happy moving forward in F1 with the whole cost cap and stuff. So that's cool. That's very cool. That could be interesting. It's good. It's nice. We don't want to see teams leaving, do we? Dodge Racing, that'd be cool. No, I'm saying Hyundai F1. Should I make a Hyundai Formula 1 car livery? That would be funny, man. That would be jokes. That would trigger a lot of people, I think. Or Daewoo. What a brand. Oh, Alistair, mate. You're too kind. Thank you. Thank you for the £5, Alistair Hogg. Very kind, mate. You didn't have to do that. West Ham Formula 1 team. No, I've quoted it in the past after the whole Chelsea Sauber sponsorship. Football teams should be nowhere near Formula 1 teams as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, Jaguar Ganassi, Chip Ganassi. Again, it's like what brands would benefit from that global... What kind of brands... That's why I think Hyundai, because they've still got quite a bit to work on their kind of brand image. They're not seen as this premium. I'd say the same about Kia as well. The Koreans are coming, man, I think. Kia, Hyundai, I think they could do a great job. Samsung, Korean tech company, sponsorship. Listen, man, Kia or Hyundai shareholders, if you're watching, you're welcome. Fiat F1 team. Fiat own Ferrari, didn't they? So they kind of already have their own F1 team. Audi, VW, they're part of VW, aren't they? So I don't see that. I don't see that happening. Jaguar, maybe a return of Jaguar. That would be cool. Lada, that would be jokes. Lada again. I don't know. Again, you got to think of what. Yeah, like I say, what brand would really benefit from that? Infiniti, Lexus, Chevrolet. Chevrolet could be a cool one, definitely. But yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for today. The news again, like little, for the whole Daniel App situation. We don't know enough to really determine whether it was harsh or not. If it was made out clear to him, I'll just reiterate from yesterday. If it was made out clear to him that this is a serious competition, which, you watch some of the highlights and you see them all having a car park into the first corner. Yeah, I know it's quite similar to real Formula E, but still. They're a private company, they can do what they like, but obviously if it wasn't made clear to the drivers how, right, come on, because he did it for the bants, didn't he? That's what he did. So thank you for the $2 Australian, Nicholas. You're too kind. Mercedes-Williams partnership would be sweet. I mean, look, they've already got a bit of a partnership there, but obviously now you've got Aston Martin who are making all these... oh, Jesus. all these big noises about being in bed with Mercedes. So we'll see, man. But that would be a sweet partnership, Nicholas. I agree. Oh, man. Ronsteroo, mate. Too kind. 4-5 from you, mate. Cheers, pal. Any chance of a Williams livery vid? That could be a good idea. That could be a very good idea. We'll see. I've got more stuff planned. I've got a video that's all artworked up and all written up. I just need to film it and then just assemble it, and that shouldn't take too long. And I've got a podcast going live tomorrow, by the way, so that should be fun. Right, we're coming up to 20 minutes, so I'm gonna call it a day. Thank you, everyone, again. TommoF1 live news that I plan on doing whenever there's big news, rather than actually making and editing a video, because this is fun. I like this, and we've got 828 people. So thank you, everyone, for watching. I appreciate you taking the time. Have a lovely day. Keep your eye on Twitter for news and updates. Follow me on there if you want. I love a little tweet. So I'll see you then. Bye, everyone. Bye.